Hi, I'm Steve Young, Executive Chef of Fresco Italiano, and I'm here to share one of my favorite summertime recipes with you, lemon and herb roasted chicken with lime rice and grilled vegetables. So for the grilled vegetable part of the recipe, I like the asparagus, the eggplant, the grilled peppers, and the zucchini. So basically, I like to always grill them ahead of time just because putting everything together will be much more easy when everything really comes together. For the eggplant and the zucchini, I like to take the skin off the eggplant. I don't really like it. It's up to you. But I also like to salt the eggplant and I like to salt the zucchini. And what that does is kind of draws out a lot of the moisture inside the zucchini and gives you more of a clean flavor for the vegetable. And then you just go and you get some grill marks. Zucchinis and eggplants really don't take long, start to finish. I would say, if you didn't take these off and did it start to finish, probably about 4 minutes tops, 4 or 5 minutes, I think. Then you have these nice roasted peppers. Everything goes really well. The asparagus is really nice in the summertime. Grilled vegetables are always nice, and it really accompanies the dish very well. So for the lime rice, the ingredients are the rice, the salt, the cilantro, some lime, and some butter. And all I do is just grate the lime right over the rice while your water and butter are coming to a boil. The cilantro, I kind of use 2 ways in the dish. I roll up the stems with the string, and then I take the tops and I make a pesto or a herb oil, and I put that on the grilled vegetables when they're done. So your butter and water are to a boil, 3 cups of water, 1.5 cups of rice. In it goes. You have the salt, a little stir, the cilantro, bring that back to a boil. You want to cover, you want to adjust the heat very, very low to where it almost shuts off, but it doesn't. And then you set a timer for 16 minutes and you do not peek, do not look. Trust the timer, and then you shut off the heat 16 minutes later and you let it sit for 5 minutes. So for the chicken part of the dish, this is a 4-pound chicken, and what I like to do is brine it for about an hour a pound. So this brine for 4 hours, and what that does is it gives a lot of moisture to the product when you deal with lean cuts of meat. And then I also like to take it out and let it sit overnight so the skin gets very dry, and it helps in the roasting process. So to butcher the bird, well, first cooking the bird, 450 for about an hour. And it's very, very important. This has been resting for about 20 minutes already. So if you were to cut into this, you would see juice everywhere and your bird's ruined. So it's very important when you roast meats to let them hang out and let them chill for a little bit of time, anywhere from 10 to 20 to a turkey, 30 minutes to really let the juices go back inside. So a chicken really doesn't have to be intimidating to cut. So basically you have the legs towards you and it's kind of telling you where to cut. So after it's rested, right, you're gonna take this and then you're just gonna, it's not that hot to handle anymore. So the joint kind of pops out right there and then you cut it off right there. And then I do the same thing, I turn it, I pop out the joint, take that off, turn it back towards you. So there's gonna be a line right here that you're gonna follow. And then you can see inside. So there's the chicken breast. You're just gonna go down. It's gonna be a little hot for you, so that's why you wear gloves. And then right here, you're just gonna cut right through and you get the wing and everything all in one piece. Flip it around again. So this is that middle bone that you're talking about. That's your guide. Okay, that all comes off. And you do the same exact thing. You expose it, you can see that little line there, and you cut right through. So now you're left with 4 pieces of chicken. And then here, you can see what we stuffed it with, that lemon, the herbs, the garlic, all that good stuff that kind of perfumes it as it cooks. As for the chicken, I like to cut the chicken into larger pieces, just like when you cut a turkey. If you cut them into thin strips, you're gonna end up with dry chicken. See how the juice is not all over the board, but the juice is left inside the turkey, or sorry, the chicken. All right, and then for the legs, it's also going to tell you where to cut, right here, where the leg meets the thigh. Okay. So now that everything's kind of cooked and ready, we're going to kind of put the dish together. So here's our cooked rice. I like to finish all my rice with just a little bit of butter to kind of bring everything together. So you got the lime in there, you got the cilantro, not overpowering, but really nice and kind of adds to the dish and makes it very summery. Okay, so while that hangs out and melts, we have our vegetables. And in the recipe, you'll see that you have the balsamic, the oil. So I like to just right off the grill, right while they're still hot, put a little bit of that balsamic on there. And I like to squeeze a little bit of lemon right over the asparagus. Not too early because then it's going to turn brown on you. Right, and then we're going to go to the plate. So you have your thighs, which is probably the best part for me. I love the thighs. You have your sliced breast. You have your wings. A little bit of asparagus. And you have your peppers. Kind of a whole meal all on one plate. And now that your butter is melted, got that rice. And I like to take that other half of the lime and just freshly grate right over the top. And that about does it. So in addition to that, those tops that I talked about earlier, I make a little pesto in a blender, very easy. The tops, some chili flake, a little bit of parsley, and you end up with this really flavorful herb oil, if you will. And I like to put this right on top of the vegetables on the side, and you dip those in there, and it's just super, super tasty.